AI generated art. It's come a long way in the last few months, and I'm going to show you some of the things and some of the ways it's changed. I've also, in the past, I've showed you things from Night Cafe, but I've also showed you other AI art generators. But we're going to focus today more on Night Cafe and what it can do, because it's really changed the most as far as the options and the tools that they allow. So let's dive into Night Cafe AI art generator and see what we can make. So here we are in Night Cafe, and we're looking at one of my folders of artwork here. These are the pieces of art that I've entered into their daily competition. And as you can see, I actually won a number of these, so that's good. Let's look at one of these here and see this one here. And this is a beautiful one here. Now I do keep all of my prompts open so that you can always simply copy them. And you can do that by highlighting the text, right-clicking it, and then selecting copy and simply paste that into your prompt. And before we get too far into the video, I would like to remind everyone to please give it a thumbs up, as that really helps the channel. And if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to my channel, Selma Teacher 7. Well, let's get back to Night Cafe's AI generated art. For this one here, I decided to use the words strange alien planet, which, yep, it looks like a strange alien planet. Giant bioluminescent magenta mushrooms. Yep, that's what I'm seeing. I like the reflection here too that it added. Deep valleys. Yep, I see deep valleys. Pools of water. Yep, that's a pool of water. Brown walks with green moss. Yep, these looks like brown rocks with green moss. And then we have distant black hills, stars in the sky, alien moon, and misty clouds. So I do see all of those elements in this picture, and I think it came out really well. Anyway, this one here is kind of neat. Okay, so let's look at another one. Let's look at this one here. And this, there's a lot going on in this image, right? You have a beautiful sky with a Milky Way galaxy. You have just really a dynamic galaxy up there with a night sky. Look at the image down here. Everything is just really hyper detailed, sharp. It's just, there's so much. Let's look at the settings and see what I decided to go with the text prompts. On these text prompts, I used many text prompts. And when you use multiple text prompts, as I did here, each one has, you can put each one with a different weight depending on how strong you want that prompt to be in the final product. So for here, I have blue bioluminescence is weight of 2.1, meaning it's very strong. So the color blue and bioluminescence is, those words are very strong, and it does appear that way. The next prompt I have here, I'm not going to read it all, but basically it starts with Milky Way galaxy over a bioluminescent garden covered in light. And that is basically what you're seeing here. There's like light in this pool, in these pools of water that we have in here. There's some light there. There's some detail in the buildings. There's light from the buildings. It looks like a really amazing piece of art here. So I like it a lot. And how many text prompts did I use? I use many of them. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And maybe even 12 there. So 11 or 12 different text prompts to create this. It doesn't have to be that complicated. If I go back to maybe one of these, You notice here I'm using just 2 text prompts, and it made a very beautiful artwork here. Let's look at this one here with the dinosaur. So we got this dinosaur in here and some other dinosaurs walking around. Looks like maybe it's sunset or sunrise. And again, on this one I used many prompts. Let's look at this one in here. So on this one I used just basically 2 prompts, and one of them was positive and the other one has a negative weight. When you use a negative weight, as I'm highlighting down here, what happens is it will make sure that it does not do whatever is written in here. So here I have, it's a painting done by me, and it's Chronicles of Native Americans, Mono Women Gathering Berries. 1930, Embracing Life Off the Beaten Track. Full body. Detailed facial features. Detailed eyes. And then atmospheric lighting. Yeah, so really nice. Now when I did this before, a lot of times it would add a horse or it would add other things to it, and I didn't want that, so I said horses or horse do not add, and that's why you see the negative weight here. So don't add any of these things in here. Also, if you want perfect hands, make sure you do add something like this where it says deformed and a negative weight, so you don't have deformed or disfigured hands or limbs. So let's make one of these artwork here, and what we'll do is we'll click on create, and I'll go over some of the things that I have in here. Now I have one text prompt already in here because I was working with it earlier. But if we go down here to the models, there's different models that you can use, and they cost different credits. Now you get credits for free simply by logging in every day, clicking on thumbs up on people's artwork, leaving comments. You'll get free credits every day, and what I've amassed is I've amassed over 1,000 credits, free credits right here. And I was able to amass 1,877.5 credits simply by logging in every day, leaving comments, and creating work. So you have to create work too. If you create one artwork every day, on the 5th day of your creating of artwork, you get a lump sum there of credits given to you, and it's every 5 days that happens. Okay. You also get credits for voting in their challenges. So there's challenges in here, and if you vote in those, you do get credits as well. Okay, let's look at the models. The models are different AI models here, and I've been using this one. Is called SDXL 1.0. The cost of it is 1 gem there, or 1 credit. And it's a state-of-the-art in open source image generation. All right. Now another one that's really popular is this one that says it's popular and it's cheap. This is basically half price. So if I click on it, you notice it goes down to 0.5 credits. So if you wanted to make some and not use too many credits, you can always use this very first one called the Dream Shaper XL Lighting. I'll go back to this one here. If you notice up here, I have checkpoints, my models, community models. If yours comes out with one of these different ones, simply go back to checkpoint, and then if you click on all, you can find all of them. There are free ones available as well. If you go 1.5, you'll look at the very first one is Dream Shaper V8. That one's free, and also this one down here, Stable Diffusion 1.5, which used to be my favorite, but I haven't used it in quite a while. We'll go back to all and look at the prompt. So I'm going to go to Advanced Prompt Editor. Right here, this is where I'm going to use my words and my text inside here. So I have a beautiful miniature Stonehenge trapped inside a glass orb, and I'll leave this up here for a few seconds. So if you wanted to, you can copy that down into your text prompt, and I will have this in my profile there in Night Cafe, this artwork, so that you can actually just simply copy it and paste it and put it into yours if you want to. Now if you notice, it says you can add to your prompt by clicking on a preset style, individual modifier, or saved or favorite prompt below. So I've never really done that before. I haven't needed to do that because I have my artworks over here on the side. So if you look on the right hand side here, you notice I have a lot of my artwork here, my most recent work, and I can click on any of those and immediately get the prompt there. And so I don't have to add it to my favorites because I have them right here on my side. On the presets, if there was a style that you wanted to really emphasize, like if I wanted to have a cosmic style like this one, or an oil painting style, then I can click on that and then it will add words such as oil painting and stuff like that, or cosmic style, into your text prompts. For modifiers, you can modify it by the artist, colors, and many other ways. You can actually modify it. You'd click over here and then simply choose a modifier that you wanted to add to this work of art. And favorite text are added automatically. You can add them by simply clicking on it. It'll add it to your text prompt. Okay, let's go down here, and we're now looking on the left hand side. I have a start image, and I'm going to take that out. So I'm not going to have a start image. Now if you wanted to, you could start with an original image and then work off of that, but I usually like letting the AI just do everything from scratch. Next, I have number of images, so you can create one image. I'm going to create just one image here, but you can go all the way up to 16 images. And you say, well, why would I need 16 images? Well, if you're doing this and you wanted a particular style and look to it, and you want it to be perfect, then you can say, well, I want a number of images, maybe 4 or 9 or 16, and then select from those the one that you love the most. Runtime, I'm going to choose medium runtime on this one. Basically, this is how much detail and how much work is going to be added to the artwork. So I'm going to go medium on there. I'm going to go aspect ratio 1:1. So the image is going to be a square image. If I wanted this to be a desktop background, or background for my desktop computer, then I can choose 16:9. If I wanted to be a background to my phone, I would choose this one here. It's called 9:16. But for right now, I'm going to go with a square. Other options we have here of overall prompt weight. I can go 50% or more. I'm just going to keep these at 50%. Refiner weight 50%. And then it's going to be using a random seed. Basically, each seed, there's millions of seeds, and it puts different stress, or it puts different emphasis on the words and the prompts that we have. Since we have only one prompt that we're using in this one, I'm just going to say random seed is going to be used. And the cost of this one, since I am going with a medium runtime, will be 1.25. Let's create. And this is what's made. So it's made a beautiful little glass orb here. It even has like stars inside there. You see Stonehenge, and it's inside of, it looks like a beautiful room here. Beautiful room with some things here, some candles in the background. And then if I like that, I would say publish. So let's go ahead and let's publish this one so everyone sees it. And then I'll just simply click on the tags and I'll add my name. So it's easy for people to find my work. And I always put it in the open source or the open prompt area so that people can see my prompt. So I add open prompt gang. And for the description, I'll leave that blank for right now. And I'll say save and publish. And click on done. All right. So as you can see, Night Cafe has really come a long ways as far as doing things. And one of the things it can do too is it can actually now add video to your artwork. So if I wanted to add video, I can click on animate. And this is the example of the animation there. And let's click on animate here and see how it does with animation. And here's what it's done with the animation. That is awesome. I like it. We have a camera here that's panning over and keeping the crystal globe here in frame, in the center of the frame. A little bit different here with the rocks going out of the orb. But it's animated it for us and made a beautiful work of art. Hey, there you go. Now you have a better idea of how to use Night Cafe in creating your artwork and some of the tools that they've added here recently. If you like these types of videos, please give it a thumbs up. And if you have a question or a comment about technology or AI generated art, hey, leave that down in the comments. I'll be sure to answer that there as soon as I can get to it. And what we're going to see now is we're going to see some examples of artwork that I was able to create using Night Cafe and with some nice background music there. Alrighty. Hey, if you haven't done so already, please, I hope you do subscribe to my channel, Selma Teacher 7. Okay, you have a good one now. Thank you. Bye-bye.